So in this video, we're going to take a look at the iPlay 40 Android tablet by Alldocube. Aldo or Aldo. This has a 10.4-inch display, 2000 by 1200 resolution. It's got a Tiger T618 octa-core chipset, quad speakers. This actually has 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. You can also use this on 4G LTE. It also has dual band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0. You can also use a micro SD card up to 2 terabytes. It's got Android 10. So I gotta say, pretty good specs for about $250 on Amazon in the United States. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. So it does come with a USB charging brick and USB-C charging cable, micro SD card removal tool or SIM card, and of course a user guide. Okay, the design on this actually looks better than expected. You got a rear-facing camera and flash up there in the corner, power and volume buttons there on the right-hand side, 2 speakers on each end of the tablet, and your USB-C charging port. And of course your micro SD card tray and SIM card tray. Looks like it has a built-in screen protector, so that's nice to see. You can see the front-facing camera up there at the top in the center. When setting up, this does have face unlock. Pretty cool wallpaper on here actually. That's sort of weird. They put the app tray over on the side versus at the bottom. That's definitely a little weird. Looks like you get the Google News feed left of the home screen. That's nice. Swipe up to access all the apps. Really not that many. It looks like mostly just the apps from Google. Same thing up in the notification shade. Mainly most of your basic stuff like auto rotate, smart saving mode, mobile data, airplane mode, eye comfort, screencast, hotspot, long screenshot, reader, and flashlight. This is definitely one of the lowest I've seen as far as how much storage is used right out of the box. Only 8% of the 128 gigabytes. Like I said earlier, this does come with the Android 10. It's also a November 5, 2020 security patch. Weird thing is this only has 3-button navigation. I don't think I've ever seen that before where it doesn't give you the option to do gestures. I mean, that's the one I usually switch it to anyways, but still, that's a little bit odd. One other thing that is a little bit odd is it says about phone instead of about tablet. I gotta say, I do like the software on here. It feels nice and snappy, and really there's not a lot on here, so that's a pretty good thing. Probably because there's not a lot of apps on here, or they don't do an extra skin like some other companies out there. Fairly slim bezels all the way around, and it's even curved at the corners. Very similar to what you're gonna see from Samsung. Here's a quick look at the camera app on here. For video on the rear-facing camera, you get up to 1080p resolution. As far as taking photos, up to 8 megapixels. You can also shoot panorama and night shot. Surprisingly, you can actually see pretty good detail on here for a budget device. Here's a few more samples of photos and video just to give you an idea of what to expect. I think the cameras on here are pretty much what I expected for a budget tablet. The rear camera is actually halfway decent, but the front-facing camera, yeah, it's not too great, especially when it comes to video. Now the one thing you don't get with this tablet is a headphone jack. Definitely not a deal breaker, but just something to keep in mind. I gotta say, this display on here looks really nice. Text looks really good on here as well. And the scrolling seems nice and smooth as well. Here's a quick sound test of the speakers just so you get an idea of what they sound like. So let's go ahead and get started. You get 3 or 4 gigabytes of RAM on the Moto G Power, depending on which model you get, and the price ranges from $200 to $250 in the United States. So for only $50 more, you get 128 gigabytes of storage versus only 64 gigabytes or 32 on the Moto G Power, again depending on which model you choose. Nice thing is you can get both devices unlocked, which means you can use it on pretty much any GSM carrier. Okay, the speakers definitely sound like they're plenty loud enough. I can't really say they're the best sounding speakers I've heard. Maybe it's just that I've got them turned up all the way, so it does sound a little bit distorted, but overall, not bad for a budget device. You're also going to get the split screen features, so you can browse online while watching a YouTube video. Amp-hour battery. So yeah, you're going to get probably a couple days battery life out of these without any problems. One advantage with OnePlus is you get ward charge, so it only takes about 1 hour to charge. The Geekbench scores on this is actually really close to the Galaxy Tab A7 and the Galaxy Tab S5e and the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. Now when testing PUBG Mobile, Asphalt 9, and Call of Duty Mobile, they all played fairly decent, but for some reason on Call of Duty Mobile, it was doing some weird stuff. It's like I was right in the middle of shooting and then it would jump me to another area. I don't know if it's just dropping frames or what, but I'd be 1 foot away from somebody shooting and it was like it was doing nothing. I've never really had that issue on my other tablets or cell phones for that matter. So overall, I think this is a pretty good budget tablet. I feel like you get pretty good performance, and the display looks pretty nice as well, especially if you're just gonna be browsing online or watching YouTube videos. Now cameras on here are definitely not that good, but they're not really that good on most tablets anyways. One thing that I would hesitate on buying this versus a Samsung tablet is Samsung just announced they're gonna support their tablets for 4 years now. That's pretty much the best you can get when it comes to Android. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.